All right, time for some Qigong. Thursday, June 25th. I'm Jordan. This is Goose Gong. We're going to do the full warm-ups today and then get into the new movements, some fun ones, grasping chi, holding the ball, massaging the ball, and then do the full form together. But starting out with warm-ups, the waist rotations, feet are together, top of the head byway is still connected to the sky, feet are still and connected to the floor, and we rotate the waist, movement and motion happening around the meridian. Forward, back, left, right, exploring how far and how much time each one of those directions gets. And then massaging the shu kidney points, up and down, left and right. And then rotate in the other direction. It's actually kind of cold today in San Francisco, which is nice. I always get so hot doing the warm-ups. And then bringing palm over palm into the chest and massaging in circles, shoulders relaxed, and then Sutra Chand is on top and massage the other direction. Then we'll do the hip rotation, so finding Huan Tiao and feet are parallel. Again, looking for roundness, exploring a plane with the hips. Head is still, feet are still. And then massaging Huan Tiao and massaging the lower back. Then the hip rotations in the other direction. And then palm over palm into lower dantian. Massaging one way. Switching which hand is on top and massaging in the other direction. Since I got the feedback that warm-ups are a favorite, we're doing the full gamut, going for the knee rotations. So hands just resting lightly on the knees and making circles with the knees. Unlike the waist and hip rotations, these can't really be parallel to the floor. And to me, this feels more like exploring a sphere than a circle on a plane. And then massaging the kneecaps, coming down on the inside and up on the outside. And then knee rotations in the other direction. And with this first set of knee rotations, can keep the heels on the floor so as not to overdo it, and really let the counterbalance of the knees be through your back. And then massage the knees in the other direction, coming down on the outside and up on the inside. We'll do another set of the knee rotations this time. Can lift the heels up, getting a little lower. Or if balance doesn't permit that, just go ahead and do another round. Or any other favorite warm-up. And with these, the eyes are on the floor out in front of you. Can help with balance. And then massaging down sides of the legs. And knee rotations in the other direction. And when I say the heels come up off the floor, it's ever so slightly. And it's not up on your tiptoes. The bubbling spring point, the Yang Chen, is still connected to the floor even when the heels come up. So it's really just the heels ever so slightly coming up. And then massaging up the insides of the legs. Feet back together. Arm rotations. Eyes watching the hands on the outside coming up to upper dantian, and then mind's eye watching the circle complete on the inside through upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian with each of the circles. And then reaching up, pushing up with the hands and pushing down into the floor with the feet. Extension through the front of the body. Relax. Resting and then going back into it. Relaxing. And back up again. Relaxing, and then we'll go to the right. So opening up the left side to stretch to the right. And eyes are up towards the hands without having the head fall back. Relax. Again up. Relax. One more. Relaxing. Up to the right. Or up to the left. Extension through the right. Bring the extension all the way. Wrist. Arm. Ribs. Hip. Leg. Floor. Relax. Coming up from the foot through the leg, hip, ribs, arm, hands. Relax. One more. Okay, and then we'll come down in front and do circles in front of us. So folding from the hua and circles with the back straight. Same thing, eyes are watching the hands out in front of us, and on the inside, the mind's eye is completing the circle through upper, middle, lower dantian, through the legs into the floor, and making it a complete circle, and then pushing down in front, and then turning to the left and pushing down, and then to the right. Grasping elbows and just hanging out. And can grab ankles. Then massage down the legs. And then pat down the legs. Then before we do chin to toe, can do a round of kicks so that when we do chin to toe, we can see what the effects are, how the kicks feel different afterwards. So kicking first with the heel, we'll do 10 heel kicks, which is down the back of the leg, through the heel, and then switching to toe kicks down the front of the leg, top of the leg. Hands are on the back for stability. Foot connecting to the ground quietly after each one of the kicks. Then feet back together and we'll do the pretzel maneuver. Or no, chin to toe. We gotta do chin to toe. That was the first round of kicks. Can't skip chin to toe. So, right leg out, line the torso, grasping elbows, and folding from the hua. Toe and chin are connecting, eyes are on the floor, circles down the front of the leg, up the toe back towards yourself with the elbows. Then reaching out with 10 fingers into the floor, still chin to toe, eyes floor, tongue touching lightly on the palate. And then massage. And pat. And then bring the weight forward and come up carefully, protecting the back. And over the other direction, weight into the right foot, left foot out at an angle. Align the torso, grasping elbows, and bending from the hua. Back straight, eyes on the floor, chin to toe, toe to chin, tongue touching lightly. And then reaching out with all 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. And massage. And pat. And then bring the weight forward and carefully coming up, walking it off, and back to the right side again. Right leg out, aligning the torso, 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, bending from the hua, and eyes on the floor, chin to toe. You can experiment with how bent your left leg is to see how that affects the extension through the right. You can also play with how your alignment to that outstretched leg is. Alignment of the torso in comparison can affect the extension. 2 fingers, 1 on each hand. Grasping toe. And massage. And then pat down the leg. And weight forward and up, protecting the back. And left side again. 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, aligning the torso, bending from chin to toe, fingers extending into the ground, eyes extending into the ground, tongue touching lightly. Grasping toe. And massage. And then pat down the leg. Weight forward, protecting the back up, and locking it off. Then we can do another round of kicks and see if it feels any different from when we were kicking before chin to toe. So kicking first with the heel down the back of the leg, the bottom of the leg. And then kicking down the top of the leg through the toe. And then we get to do the pretzel maneuver. So bring the right hand over the left shoulder, left hand in front of the face and looking to the right. Relaxing, letting the arms just hang. And then left hand over the right shoulder, right hand in front of the face looking to the left. Palms are aligning to the ears. Relaxing. And again, right hand over the left shoulder, left hand in front of the face, looking to the right, feeling the extension through the back, all the way down into the hips. Relax, and left hand over right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, looking to the left. Relaxing, loose shoulders and connect on the corner of the shoulder and under the armpit. Then we'll do the arm rotations. So first the left leg is forward and the right leg is back and extended. Left hand is on the left thigh and the torso is forward with the bent leg. And right arm just hanging loosely. And then bring it up in front and gravity brings it down and back, momentum back up in front. And then switching direction, so we're coming up and back and down in front. And then pivoting on the left heel, pivoting on the right heel. Now the right leg is bent, left arm is hanging loosely, right hand on the right thigh, up in front, down and back. And both feet are fully on the floor, heels aren't off the floor. And then switch directions. Then we connect on the top of the shoulder versus the corner of the shoulder. We're padding right there. Now we're padding on top and across the back. And if the arms can be loose and just hanging and letting momentum from the twisting of the torso move them, even better. Pivot right, pivot left, other direction for another set of pads. And then walking the feet towards each other, and then we'll massage the shoot kidney points that we were massaging earlier with the waist rotations. And this time we're doing it in circles versus up and down and left and right. A little bit different. And then massaging Da Bao on the side of the body, on the midline of the body. This one gets referenced when we're drinking water. Then lymph nodes, the groin, and then chest, cradling with the left hand and feet together, and the fingers are spread as we comb through the chest, over the collarbone, off of center so that we can get that left side, and then switching to the right hand cradling, massaging with the left, across right collarbone and chest. And then shoulder, so you can get a little bit of extra leverage with your hand that's not doing the massaging. Other side. And then massaging from the tips of the fingers past the shoulder, being sure to get all 5 fingers in. And if you need to, you can move your arm across the body, kind of like how we kick across the body, just so that you can get the very tips of the fingers, including the thumb. And then flipping the hand over and coming down on the inside. Same thing of connecting with all the fingers. And then other side. Switch to the fingers up the top of the arm, past the shoulder. And then flipping the arm over and brushing down past the fingertips. And this always reminds me of move 43 and 44, grasp chi and grasp chi palm up, which we'll be looking at today. And then just shaking the hands out, can shake the whole arms out even and shoulders just to loosen everything up. Then we'll connect the fingertips to fingertips, connecting to the webbing past the wrist. Really good for eye-hand coordination. And other side. Fingertip to fingertip, fingertip to webbing, fingertips past the wrist. And then massaging Lagong, which is if you bring your middle finger down into the crease of the palm, usually some space on the inside of the hand there. All the points are spaces. And waking that point up, then bring that warmth to the entire palm, and then bring that warmth out to the thumb, lung meridian, then out to the pointer finger, large intestine, middle finger, pericardium, ring finger, triple warmer, and then on the pinky we've got the little intestine, small intestine, and the heart. So we do the pinky twice. Then over to the other palm, finding Lagong, opening of the hand, bring that warmth to the palm. And massaging out. Lung, large intestine, pericardium, triple warmer, and then the heart and small intestine on the pinky. And now that our hands are warmed up, massage the neck, back of the neck, and over the shoulder, left side. Then we'll massage the front of the neck, beauty massage. So cradling with the left hand, right hand going from the collarbone, brushing past the chin. Moving from right to left and then left to right. And same thing on the other side, right cradles, left brushes. This warm-up reminds me of massaging the ball, which is the other thing we'll look at today. And then massaging the temple. Massaging the corners of the eyes, where there's a divot in the orbit of the eye. And then corners of the nose. Then forming a view with fingers and across the mouth, switch to a chant. Then we'll do the ears, so grabbing the lobes, getting into the whorls, not poking into the ear, but just getting all the surface area. And then doing the forming a V, going past the ears. And drums of heaven, so just putting the palms on the ears and drumming with the fingers. Then we'll wash, face, comb hair. So first coming up in front, getting rid of any stale, stagnant chi, getting that sludge out of the way. Tired chi. After we've gotten that out of the way, can surround ourselves with good chi. And one leg stand. So all the way into the right foot. Play with the left ankle. Toe, heel. The toes of the right foot are spread and open, fully connected to the ground. You can lift the leg if you're feeling it. And as the left foot comes down, let the weight transfer slowly over to it from the right. Letting it be gradual, deliberate, and then can play with the right ankle, toe, heel. You can lift the leg. And again, as the foot comes down, letting the weight transfer be deliberate and gradual. That'll help increase your connection to the floor, which is what the one leg stand is for, is always having that stable connection to the ground even through single appendage. And again, transferring the weight. And then we'll get the insides of the legs. So extending the right, bending the left, letting the left arm either support you or form a claw. Right hand is out, extended with the right foot, eyes into the floor. And then switching sides, sending the right arm down to the floor. Right hand forms a claw. Left hand down into the floor. If I said right, that was opposite. Then coming back to center and massaging up the inside of the legs. And then walking the feet to the center. And we'll do just a little walking meditation where we walk naturally. Let the hands come into lower dantian, gathering chi to lower dantian. And that's it for the warm-ups. All warmed up, sweating a little bit. Time to look at some movement details. So last week we did fly over water, drink water, look at sky, restore chi. That's 39 through 42. So I'll show those again just to get us to where we're going to be looking at the details today for the context. But the ones we're looking at today are 43, grasping chi, 44, grasping chi, palms up, almost the same thing, oriented a little bit different. And then holding the ball, and then massaging the ball to the right, and then massaging the ball to the left. So for fly over water, we were here, we were oriented, and first we were looking over the water, and then to fly over water, we are fluttering up in front, and then fluttering down to lower dantian, shifting the weight to the left, fluttering up left, right, left, and then to drink water, 40, we flutter to the mouth, ribs, dabao, knee and down the leg. This happens 3 times. On the 3rd time, flutter up, feet are parallel, and we land on lower dantian with the right hand together, left hand apart. And the right hand is below the navel, left hand is above the navel. It's the right pointer finger below the navel and left middle finger top of the navel for restoring chi. And for restore chi, we always pause for as long as we shake, balancing things out. And after the 3rd shake, then we're ready for grasp chi. So during the restoring chi, you look for the same kind of relaxed posture that we had at the start of the form, where everything is just relaxed, but we're concentrated more into lower dantian, but the shoulders are relaxed and you're finding balance so that you're perfectly balanced for when we start to grasp chi. This doesn't throw you off. Just drag the left hand or the right hand up the stomach meridian and reach out directly in front of you. As it comes into view, the eyes are looking at that right hand and then grasping loosely, coming in to the di meridian, the waist meridian, up below the collarbone. Left hand comes up, the thumb is connected below the collarbone before the hand comes out. Eyes connect, loose fist, brings it back down to the di meridian. Eyes are on the horizon as we bring it back in, and this happens for a total of 10 times. And with each one of these, the same cycle occurs. And it might seem boring to do the same thing 10 times, but that in itself is part of the Qigong practice of maintaining attention through the whole thing. 8, 9, 10. And then to grasp Qi palms up, the right elbow comes in and the right hand comes down the stomach meridian, dragging through the body, actually touching the body just like it did on the way up, and then reaching out directly in front of you, loose fist, and coming back in. And this time the pinky side is what connects back below the collarbone. Another 10. And tongue is touching lightly through the whole form, so that includes here. Eight. And each time the hand comes in, letting it connect before the other hand comes down the front and out and up, connect. Well, that was 10, so I won't be doing it again, but then to hold the ball, the fingers unfurl, then we spiral past the neck, past the face, all the way up. And it's a big sphere that we're holding, and bend at the hua, and then we bring it over to the left so that the right hand is on top of the left hand, and we massage towards lower dantian. Eyes are on the massaging ball as we move from left to right. Then once we get over to the right, flip the ball over, kind of like contact juggling. You've always got a connection with this ball you've made, and from right, massaging back to the left. And then 2 massages back to the center, and that's that's as far as we cover today. See, there's a ton of detail in there. First with the loose fist, kind of like when we're forming the claw, the idea of the air being malleable and tangible, and when you grasp, having that sensitivity to the air being pushed out of your palm by the grasp. And it's a loose fist, so you can see through the fist, like you can put a pencil through it or something. So it's not a tight fist, but just grasping the chi. So you suppose in all the way you squeeze the chi out. Just have a loose fist, and then as you bring it in, on the first one, you bring it in where the thumb side comes into the diamond meridian, drags up through the stomach. And then on the other side, same thing. And each time you come out, the arm is being led by the fingers, hand is along for the ride, arm is along for the ride, and it's straight out. It's not over here or over there. In the oros, you can always come across so that you can reach the very end of the fingertips. Here we don't need to reach the fingertips with anything but the eyes, so the hand just comes straight out, even plane with the floor, not to the left, not to the right, not up, not down, just straight out, and loose fist, and then comes in to lower dantian, up, other side, same thing. And just like the transferring of the weight in Wild Lake Sand, you can have the energy connect and transfer from the hand that was out grasping, settles in, and mind's eye comes over to the left hand and lets it extend. Come out, in, drag, settle, and that settling gives everything weight, freeing up the other hand to go out on its expedition mission. And then to do the grasping chi palms up, the elbow drops bring the pinky in contact with the body, dragging down to die, and straight in. So it's an arc up to where the hand is straight, not to the right, left, or up or down, but really just straight out. Grasp in below the collarbone. Loose fist, bring it in. And here there's even sensitivity to the air as the hand is arcing up. And then after 10 of those, when we unfurl the fingers, if you're practicing in a group, that's a good place to rest and make sure that you're in sync with everybody else, because the grasping chi is easy to get out of sync on. So a good resting point just to recognize where you are with your group, and then opening up the hands, past the neck, past the face, and this is holding the ball. It's kind of like at the very center of the form where we open up to the sky, come back in. But this one, we're just spiraling up and embracing the sky with the arms up. They're not in back of us, but in front of us, so we can see them with the eyes. The eyes are following the hands, and then the eyes return to a soft gaze or looking at the horizon as the hands come to the sides, and then we bend from the hua. We keep the back straight as we come down on either side of the feet with this big sphere still being held, kind of palming the ball like a basketball over to the left side, and then the right hand comes above the left, and that big sphere that we had just collected, that big sphere of chi gets consolidated down between the hands so that the hands have a connection to each other and are holding that ball. And you can play with just the hands and their weight in connection with each other and the warmth connection with each other. And if you don't feel an immediate sensitivity to that, it's fine. That's something that'll come. But the idea is that your hands are not so far apart as that they lose the connection with each other, which would stop you from being able to massage anything in between them through this movement. And when you coming down on this one, you don't need to go all the way down, touching the floor. It's better to let your back be straight and feel the balance be supported through your legs. And you can even do that such that you're really just letting the fingertips come down on either side of the feet, recognizing that the sphere is something that you're holding with the entire front of your body as you're bringing it down. You're in contact with this entire surface, and then bringing it over to the left, right hand on top of the left hand. And as we massage, it's always coming into lower dantian. The eyes are connecting with the hands that are massaging, and the massaging is happening into lower dantian. And the massage itself is a lifelong practice of getting it right. When I was doing it, Bob liked to say that you're dusting the top of a table. So you've got this plane, and the shoulders engaged, the elbows engaged, the forearms engaged, the wrist is straight to let chi flow through it, but relaxed. And there's that kind of sense of having a plane to practice on. And then you can do the same thing underneath. It's less useful to dust the bottom of a table, but same idea of there being something to connect with and having the whole arm, shoulder engaged. And it's always in. Both hands are always coming in towards lower dantian, coming out, massaging, maintaining the connection between the hands the entire time, and looking at the hands helps maintain that connection as you're going from each side, turning the ball over. Ooh, that was the opposite. That felt funny. Back the other direction. You can play too with how big that massaging is. Like, it can be a small, subtle thing where you're just kind of squeezing the ball a little bit, messing with its surface, or really twisting it and pushing it into lower dantian with each massage. So yeah, massaging the ball is something that will continue to evolve with your practice. It's a continuous exploration. The whole form is, but that one especially is one of those moves where when you first do it, it's just like, what is going on here? And that feeling will continue. See anything else on these? I think that that's pretty good. And if you do have any questions, insights, etc., please do share them. Love hearing from you. And you can do that however you usually connect to me, whether that's email, telegram, telephone, telepathy, all good. Time for the form. Before we go into the form, let's do a set of bows. One to each other for coming together to practice. Another one thanking our teachers for carrying the form through the generations to us. And then another bow to the world for the space to do this in. And then find your space wherever you are, and we'll do the form. And if you need to cheat through the form and modify it for whatever space you're in, that's totally fine. You can always take false steps, do turns that you've got to do to fit it in, whatever is clever. One of my other original teachers, Jean, used to do it in her cubicle at work on break. So to give you an idea of just how compact the form can be, anything is possible. Okay, finding balance, arms loosely at the sides, tongue touching lightly on the palate, eyes soft, and begin. Hands down the sides of the legs, up and open to the sky off the heels, into lower dantian, down on the heels, hands to the chest, fingers leading the way out, turning the arms over, swinging back, and expel. Palms to the chest, fingers leading the way, setting the wings, expel. Hands to the chest, over the neck, face, Bai Hui. Interlace fingers, looking up, bringing it down, up to knee high, down on the left, knee high, down on the right, still down. We let go of the hands and rock forward, bow. Rock back, left toe comes up, left claw, big macrocosmic orbit with the right hand, and connect and flat. And right foot or left foot down, right hand claw, left macrocosmic orbit, slapping, back to the center, left hand, middle dantian, right hand comes down to lower dantian, and massage between lower and middle dantian. Right hands like clouds. On the fourth one, we get to spiral around, restore, single wing, palm aligned below the collarbone. Then we drag moon from water, outer moon, turning around, stepping forward, And then we look at the moon, quick up, left, inner moon, and then push. And push on the right. Begin fluttering. Looking out over the water. Flying over the water. Drinking water. Fluttering up, feet parallel, and restore chi. Coming back to the center of your center. Shake, relax, shake, relax. Then grasping chi. Ten, grasping chi, palm up. 8, 9, 10. Unfurling the fingers, spiraling up past the face, holding the ball. Bring it over to the left and massage 10 times from the left to the right. Turning the ball over, massaging from the right to the left. And then back to center. Coming up. And then standing meditation. Then coming up to upper dantian, down, midline of the body, till the fingertips are pointing to the floor, round to the back, Laogang, Hugu, up off the heels and expel. Fingers up, forward, form claw, bring it to the shu kidney points, release the claw and shake, and if you need to, reposition yourself and then rest. Finding center and shake, relax, shake, relax. 7 steps. Five, 7, fluttering, pivoting on the left heel, pivoting on the right heel, fluttering out, and then flying. Number 7, fluttering to lower dantian, pivoting on the left heel, pivoting on the right heel, fluttering up to the sides, forward, and searching for food. Seven, coming up to lower dantian, we don't flutter, pivot on left heel, pivot on right heel, and build nest. On the right, staying on the right. And number 7. Fingers all the way down, pivoting on the left heel, bring the right foot parallel to the left, and then fluttering again, up off the heels, fluttering to upper dantian, middle dantian, letting the fluttering subside, and the hands land on lower dantian for sleep. Okay, heels down, slowly coming up. Final close. Fingers pointing down, going to the sides, back at the original stance. Whole body relaxed and balanced. Before we bring our feet together and walking meditation. Usually for 20 steps on the walking meditation if you're in a group. Alright, that's all I got. That's the form. Thank you for practicing with me. Don't think I have really any announcements. We did Qigong in the park, Sue Bierman Park, last weekend, and it went well. Everybody wore masks, everybody stood 6 feet apart. We didn't make a pile with all the clothes or jackets or bags or anything. Everybody just kept their things on them. And yeah, it seemed totally doable to stay safe and do that outdoor practice. So if you're in San Francisco and you feel safe getting over to Sue Bierman on Saturday morning, please feel free to join us. The time has shifted earlier to avoid kind of the crowd and rush around the ferry building that's over there. So it's at 9 a.m. on Saturday mornings. Yep, I think that's it. Thanks so much for practicing. Hope you can integrate some of that into your everyday life and enjoy the form. And see you in a week or so. Bye.